Look at the last 3 years of your life. The scattered projects. The broken promises to yourself. The slow, agonizing crawl toward goals that never seem to get closer. You are drowning in the shallow water of distraction. This ends today. This audiobook is not about small habits or life hacks. This is a protocol. A 90-day declaration of war on mediocrity. You are about to learn how to disappear, to enter a state of monastic focus so total that you will achieve more in the next 3 months than you have in the last 3 years. The world can wait. Your future cannot. Prepare to enter monk mode. Chapter 1. Your life is a performance for a crowd that doesn't care. The lights are on. The curtain is up. You are the star of a show that runs 24 hours a day. The show is called Your Life, and you are exhausting yourself playing a role for an audience that is barely paying attention. Every action you take is a line in a script. Every decision is filtered through a single, poisonous question. What will they think? You post a photo of your healthy meal not for the nutrition, but for the performance of wellness. You talk about the book you're going to write, not to hold yourself accountable, but to receive applause for an achievement you haven't earned. You stay late at the office, not for the extra work, but so you can be seen as the dedicated employee. Your life is not your own. It is a carefully curated broadcast. A highlight reel of a reality that doesn't exist. And it is killing you. It is draining your energy, scattering your focus, and bleeding your ambition dry, one drop at a time. This performance is the single greatest obstacle standing between you and the future you claim to want. Let's analyze the primary stage for this pathetic drama, social media. This is the update culture. You have a flash of inspiration for a new business. What is your first move? It is not to write a business plan. It is not to research the market. It is to announce your intention to the world. You post the idea, you get a dozen likes, a few encouraging comments. And you feel good. You feel a small, warm glow of validation. That feeling is the most dangerous drug you will ever take. Because your brain, in its primitive wiring, cannot tell the difference between the validation for saying you will do something and the validation for actually doing it. You have received a small dopamine reward. You have scratched the itch of accomplishment without accomplishing anything at all. The urgency is gone. The creative fire is dampened. You have traded a future empire for a handful of digital thumbs-ups. That's the key. The performance is a substitute for the work. It is an energy leak in the engine of your ambition. Stop performing. Start building. The crowd does not matter. The crowd you are so desperate to impress is not even watching. They are too busy producing their own shows. They scroll past your announcement, give a passing thought, and move on, their attention already captured by the next shiny object in their feed. They will not be there to help you when you face the first obstacle. They will not remember your grand declaration a week from now. The only person who pays the price for your performance is you. It's not about being an influencer, it's about having an impact. It's not about looking busy, it's about being effective. This is a discipline. You have a choice. You can continue to live your life on stage, a scattered, approval-seeking actor. Or you can step off the stage, let the curtain fall, and walk into the workshop. You can become a builder. The builder does not talk about the cathedral he is constructing. He is too busy laying the stones. He works in silence, in obscurity, often for years. His validation comes not from the applause of the crowd, but from the solid, undeniable reality of the walls rising around him. The first, non-negotiable step of entering monk mode is this: you must disappear. You don't need their permission to go silent. Starting today, you will stop all public announcements of your goals. You will stop posting your progress. You will stop talking about the plan. Your new life is not a topic for public consumption. It is a classified military operation. The only person who needs to know the mission is you. When people ask what you are working on, your answer is simple and vague. Just focusing on a few things. Getting my priorities in order. You will offer them nothing. You will starve them of the updates they have come to expect. Let them wonder. Let them speculate. Their curiosity is irrelevant. Stop performing. Start building. The crowd does not matter. This will be uncomfortable at first. You will feel the pull, the addict's itch, to share a small win. You must resist it. That energy, that urge to share, is the very fuel you must now redirect into the work itself. Every time you resist the urge to post, you are strengthening your focus. You are plugging the energy leak. You are becoming a closed circuit of power. You have now learned the foundational law of this protocol. Your work is for you, not for them. You must abandon the stage and enter the forge. The applause of the crowd is a siren song, luring you onto the rocks of mediocrity. You must learn to sail in silence. But disappearing from the stage is only the beginning. Now that the theater is empty and the crowd is gone, you are left alone in the quiet. In this quiet, you cannot afford to be scattered. You cannot build 1,000 different things at once. To achieve a monumental result in 90 days, your focus must become a spear. It must have a single, sharp point. In the next chapter, you will learn how to aim that spear. Chapter 2. Declare your one war. You have stepped off the stage. You have silenced the crowd. Now you stand in the quiet of your own ambition, and you are faced with a new enemy, the seductive lie of the Renaissance man. The myth of the hustler who can do it all. You are a general standing on a hill, looking out at a dozen different battlefields. You have a small, elite army, your focus, your energy, your willpower for the next 90 days. You believe, because you have been taught to believe, that a great general fights on all fronts at once. This is a lie. It is a fatal flaw in your strategic thinking. A general who fights on all fronts is a general who loses on all fronts. His army is spread too thin. His supply lines are a mess. He achieves a state of constant, chaotic skirmishing, but he never achieves a decisive victory. Your life, up until this point, has been a series of chaotic skirmishes. You make a little progress on your business, then you get excited about a fitness goal and divert your resources there. Then you decide you want to learn a new language, and your energy is split again. You are not multitasking. You are multi-failing. Monk mode is not a skirmish. It is a siege. It is a concentrated, overwhelming application of force on a single, fortified position until it is annihilated. To do this, you must make the hardest decision of all. You must choose your enemy. One goal. One war. Everything else is a distraction. Let's make this real. Right now, there are 3 powerful desires burning within you. 1. The entrepreneur, you want to build the foundation of your online business. This requires late nights of focused, creative work, learning new skills, and a high tolerance for mental fatigue. 2. The author, you want to write the first draft of your book. This requires early mornings of deep, uninterrupted silence, emotional vulnerability, and immense creative energy. 3. The athlete, you want to achieve a peak physical transformation. This requires punishing workouts that drain your physical resources, a strict diet that demands constant discipline, and more time dedicated to sleep and recovery. The weak mind, the undisciplined mind, says, I will do all 3. I will wake at 4 a.m. to write, work on my business all day, and train like a demon in the evening. This is a fantasy. It is the blueprint for burnout and total failure. The creative energy you spend on your book in the morning is stolen from the business in the afternoon. The physical energy you annihilate in the gym is stolen from your ability to focus late at night. You will end the 90 days with a half-finished manuscript, a buggy website, and an injury. You will have fought 3 wars and lost them all. You have a choice. You can be the fool who loses 3 wars, or you can be the master who wins one. Here is your first, non-negotiable command of the protocol. Take out a piece of paper and a pen. Right now. Pause this audio if you must. At the top of the page, write down your 3 to 5 most compelling goals. Be honest. What are the things that keep you up at night? The ambitions you are currently performing for the crowd? Now, you will do the hardest thing. You will read that list, and you will circle only 1. Not 2. Not 1.5. 1. This is the goal that, if achieved, would render all the others easier or irrelevant. This is the one that sets your soul on fire. This is your war. That's the key. This choice is an act of liberation. It is freedom from the anxiety of trying to be everything to everyone, including yourself. Once you have circled your one war, you will take your pen, and you will physically, aggressively cross out every other goal on that list. This is not goodbye. This is not right now. They are honorable ambitions, but for the next 90 days, they are the enemy. They are distractions. They are forbidden. One goal. One war. Everything else is a distraction. This single, circled goal is now your North Star. It is the lens through which every decision for the next 90 days will be filtered. An old friend invites you out for a drink? You ask yourself, does this help me win my war? The answer is no. You decline. A new, shiny business idea pops into your head? You ask, does this help me win my war? The answer is no. You write it down and put it away for day 91. It's not about limitation, it's about the discipline of strategic focus. You don't need their permission to be single-minded. You don't need to apologize for your obsession. Obsession is the price of greatness. You have now completed the 2 foundational steps. You have stepped off the stage, silencing the crowd. And you have chosen your single point of attack. You have your mission. You have your target. The mind is clear. The objective is set. But a clear mission is useless if the battlefield is cluttered with obstacles and enemy combatants. Your current life is a minefield of social obligations, trivial distractions, and energy-draining relationships. Before you can launch your assault, you must clear the field. You must create a vacuum. In the next chapter, we will begin the process of tactical isolation. Chapter 3: Burn the Social Bridges. You have your mission. Your North Star is fixed in the sky. Your will is focused like a laser. But your calendar is a swamp. It is a chaotic mess of other people's needs, wants, and casual whims. Happy hours, birthday parties, pointless group chats, obligatory family calls, each one is a small, seemingly harmless vampire, sucking a single drop of your time, your focus, and your energy. A single drop seems like nothing. But 1,000 drops will bleed you dry. Your social life is the single greatest threat to the successful execution of monk mode. The people you love, the people you like, have become the unwitting guardians of your mediocrity. They do not mean to hold you back. But their invitations, their expectations, their casual demands for your attention are the chains that keep you tethered to your current reality. To win your one war, you must break those chains. This is not a suggestion. It is a command. For the next 90 days, you must disappear. You must perform a social death. You must burn the bridges that lead back to the land of distraction. You are not available. You are not busy. You are gone. The word busy is the language of the weak. Busy means you are still in the game, just juggling too many balls. Busy invites negotiation. Oh, you're busy Friday? What about Saturday? It signals that your priorities are flexible and can be rearranged to accommodate others. Gone is a statement of fact. It is a closed door. It is a final, non-negotiable state of being. It means you are not in the game. You have left the field of play entirely. Here is your protocol for this tactical disappearance. It is a surgical procedure, not a demolition. It is executed once, with precision, to minimize fallout and eliminate all future negotiation. You will craft one single, clear message. You will send this message to your close friends and family, the people who have a legitimate claim to your time. You will not post it publicly. This is not a performance. It is a private communiqué. The message will be simple and contain 3 parts. 1. The declaration. State clearly that you are entering a period of intense focus. 2. The timeline. Give them the exact 90-day window. 3. The boundary. Set the expectation that you will be almost completely unreachable. Here is a script. You can adapt it, but do not soften it. Do not apologize. Hey, name. I'm reaching out to let you know that for the next 90 days, from start date to end date, I'm entering a period of intense, focused work on a major personal goal. This requires my complete attention, so I'll be going completely offline and won't be available for calls, texts, or get-togethers during this time. I'm not ignoring you, I'm just completely locked in. I'm excited to reconnect and tell you all about it after end date. Send it. And then, you honor it. That's the key. Your word is now your bond. You will receive pushback. Some will be confused. Some will be annoyed. Some will test your new boundaries immediately. What? You can't even make time for one little drink. Your answer is a polite, firm, and final repetition of the boundary. As I said, I'm completely offline until end date, but I look forward to catching up then. You will not explain further. You will not justify your mission. You don't need their permission to prioritize your future. It's not about being a bad friend, it's about the discipline of being a master builder. A true friend will understand. A friend who does not understand is not a friend, they are a distraction. You are not available. You are not busy. You are gone. You will feel the fear of missing out. The FOMO will hit you like a physical wave, especially in the first few weeks. You will see pictures of your friends having fun without you. You will feel a pang of loneliness, of being left behind. You must reframe this feeling. This is not fear of missing out. This is the joy of missing out. Every party you miss is a block of 4 hours you can invest in your war. Every group chat you ignore is a reservoir of mental energy you can pour into the forge. You are not missing out on their present, you are building your future. You have a choice. You can have 90 days of shallow, forgettable social events, or you can have a single, life-altering achievement. You cannot have both. You have now completed the strategic withdrawal. You have silenced the crowd. You have chosen your war. And you have cleared the social battlefield. You have created a vast, empty space in your calendar and in your mind. A social vacuum. But a vacuum is useless if it is not contained. An empty schedule is easily filled with new distractions if your physical environment is still a swamp of chaos. You cannot do a monk's work in a jester's court. You must now build the physical container for your newfound focus. You must build the walls of your monastery. In the next chapter, we will lay the first stones. Chapter 4, Build Your Monastery of One. You have declared your war. You have cleared the social calendar. You have created a vast, empty space in your life. But your physical environment is still a battlefield of yesterday's wars. Look at your desk. Really look at it. It is a monument to a scattered mind. There are unopened letters from last week. A coffee mug from this morning. Books you intended to read. Trinkets and photos that serve no purpose other than to pull your mind back into the past. Every object is a hook. Every hook is an anchor, holding you to the person you are trying to escape. You cannot do the work of a focused monk in the cluttered cell of a distracted hoarder. You cannot build a new future in a room that is a museum of your past failures and distractions. Your environment is not a passive backdrop to your life. It is an active participant. It is either your greatest ally or your most insidious enemy. Your environment is a weapon. Aim it at your goal. Today, you stop being a victim of your surroundings. You will become the architect of your focus. You will transform your workspace from a chaotic mess into a sterile, efficient, high-performance monastery. A place where deep work is not just possible, it is inevitable. Here is the protocol. There are 4 steps. You will execute them today. Not tomorrow. Today. Step 1, the purge. You will go to your desk, and you will remove everything from its surface. Everything. The computer, the papers, the pens, the photos. All of it. Pile it on the floor. Now, wipe the surface clean. You need to see it for what it is, a blank slate. A place of pure potential. This physical act is a powerful psychological reset. You are not cleaning a desk, you are clearing your mind. Step 2, the armament. You will now rearm your workspace. But you will do so with the ruthless discipline of a soldier preparing for a single, critical mission. You will ask of every object, does this weapon help me win my one war? If the answer is not an immediate and absolute yes, it does not return to the desk. Your laptop or computer? Yes. A single notebook and a single pen for capturing ideas? Yes. The stack of mail, the extra books, the sentimental paperweight? No. They are distractions. They are the enemy. Banish them. Your desk is not a storage unit for your good intentions. It is a launchpad for your singular obsession. It's not about minimalism, it's about the discipline of being a warrior. A warrior carries only what he needs to win. Everything else is dead weight. Step 3, eliminate the traitor. Now we must deal with the most dangerous enemy of all. The one you willingly invite into your fortress every day. Your phone. Your phone cannot be on your desk. It cannot be in your pocket. It cannot be face down, on silent, just in case. While you are in your monastery, your phone must be in another room. Period. This is not negotiable. Scientific studies have proven that the mere presence of your phone, even when turned off, reduces your available cognitive capacity. Its presence is a silent tax on your focus. It is a constant, subconscious reminder of another world, a world of distraction that you have chosen to leave behind. That's the key. You must create a true, physical separation between your focused self and your connected self. You have a choice. You can allow the traitor to sit at your table, whispering temptations, or you can exile it from your kingdom. Step 4. Control the atmosphere. A monastery is not just defined by what is absent, but by what is present. You will now control the sensory inputs of your environment. You will create a set of triggers that tell your brain it is time to enter a state of deep work. Get a dedicated lamp. When you sit down to work, that is the only light you turn on. It creates a spotlight on your mission, and everything else fades into the darkness. Get a pair of noise-canceling headphones. They are your monastery's thick stone walls. When you put them on, the outside world disappears. You will choose a single, consistent, focused sound, instrumental music, white noise, binaural beats, or pure silence. This sound will become a Pavlovian trigger. Headphones on, focused sound playing, means the war has begun. Your environment is a weapon. Aim it at your goal. You have now built your monastery. It is sparse. It is purposeful. It is a machine designed for a single function. When you step into this space, there is nothing to do but the work. The decision has already been made for you. The friction of starting has been eliminated. The battle for your focus has been won before it has even begun. You don't need their permission to build a space that serves your ambition. The walls of your monastery are now built. The space is pure. But the space alone is not enough. A fortress needs a commander, and a commander needs a code. A set of unbreakable rules for how he lives within those walls. It is time to define the protocol that will govern your every action from the moment you wake until the moment you sleep. In the next chapter, we will lay down the law. Chapter 5, The 5 Pillars of the Protocol. You think you want freedom. You are wrong. The freedom you have been living is a state of constant, low-grade chaos. It is the freedom to negotiate with yourself every morning over the snooze button. The freedom to be seduced by a notification. The freedom to let your fleeting mood dictate whether you do the hard work or retreat to the comfort of the couch. This is not freedom. It is a prison of infinite choice. A cage where the bars are made of your own whims and weaknesses. Every decision, from what to eat to when to work, drains your finite willpower. By noon, you are already bankrupt, and you have accomplished nothing. True liberation is not found in the absence of structure. It is forged in the heart of an unbreakable, non-negotiable discipline. For the next 90 days, your feelings do not matter. Your motivation is irrelevant. Your inspiration is a luxury you cannot afford. All that matters is the protocol. You will now receive the 5 pillars of monk mode. These are not guidelines. They are not suggestions. They are the immutable laws that will govern your existence. You will build your days upon this foundation, and it will make you unbreakable. Pillar 1, the unbreakable wake up. The war is won or lost in the first 5 minutes of the day. Your wake-up time is fixed. We will say 4:30 a.m. It does not change if you are tired. It does not change for the weekend. It is an absolute. This is your first victory, a daily declaration that your discipline, not your comfort, is in command. Pillar 2, the sacred work block. The core of your day is a single, protected block of deep, focused work dedicated to your one war. We will establish this as a 4-hour block. During this time, the world does not exist. There are no emails, no calls, no interruptions. This is the forge. This is where your future is built. Pillar 3, mandatory physical forging. Your body is not a vehicle for pleasure, it is the engine that powers your mind. Every day, you will engage in intense physical training. This is not a hobby. It is a non-negotiable part of the protocol, designed to build mental toughness, regulate your energy, and forge the discipline that bleeds into every other area of your life. Pillar 4, the fuel protocol. Food is not for entertainment. It is fuel. You will adopt a simple, clean, repetitive diet. You will eliminate sugar, alcohol, and processed junk. You are fueling a high-performance machine, not placating a whining child. This eliminates decision fatigue and stabilizes your energy. Pillar 5, the nightly shutdown. Victory tomorrow is secured tonight. You will have a fixed shutdown ritual. You will review your day, plan the next with ruthless clarity, and turn off all screens at least 1 hour before a fixed bedtime. This ensures your mind and body recover, ready for the next day's battle. These are the pillars. Now, here is your new reality. Your operating system for the next 90 days. The Monk Mode Daily Protocol. 4:30 a.m., alarm. Feet on the floor. No negotiation. 4:45 a.m., hydrate. Cold shower. Dress for the day. 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., the sacred work block. You enter your monastery. Headphones on. Phone in another room. You execute on your one war for 4 uninterrupted hours. This is the heart of the day. 9 a.m., fuel. Clean protein, healthy fats. No decisions. You eat the same pre-planned meal. 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., secondary work. Administrative tasks, emails, shallow work. You are clearing the decks, not engaging in deep creation. 12 p.m., physical forging. Your scheduled training session. Lift heavy weights. Do high-intensity cardio. Go to war with your physical self. Hold nothing back. 1:30 p.m., refuel. Your second pre-planned meal. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., skill acquisition/light tasks. Read books related to your goal. Tidy your environment. Active recovery. 5 p.m., final meal. You finish eating for the day. This provides a natural fast, sharpening your mind for the morning. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., structured wind down. Read physical books, non-fiction. Journal. Meditate. This is not passive entertainment. 8 p.m., the shutdown ritual. All screens off. The phone is plugged in another room. You lay out your clothes for tomorrow. You review your day's work. You write down the single, specific task for tomorrow's sacred work block. 9:30 p.m., lights out. Sleep is a tool. You will use it. This is your new life. It is not exciting. It is not glamorous. It is a machine designed to produce a single outcome, victory. That's the key. This schedule removes the need for willpower. It eliminates decision fatigue. You have a choice: follow your fleeting feelings into failure, or follow the protocol into a new reality. You do not think. You do not feel. You execute the protocol. It's not about being a robot. It's about the discipline to build a system that makes your success inevitable. You don't need their permission to live a life of monastic structure. Their world is one of chaos. You are building a world of order. This protocol, this rigid, unforgiving structure, is your greatest weapon. But it will create a new and unfamiliar internal landscape. By eliminating all distraction, all social contact, and all empty entertainment, you will create a vacuum. A vast, silent emptiness. In this emptiness, old demons will surface. The demons of boredom, of loneliness, of doubt. To survive monk mode, you must not only tolerate this void. You must learn to embrace it. In the next chapter, we will walk into that void together. Chapter 6: Embrace the Glorious Emptiness. The protocol is working. You have built your monastery. You have executed the 5 pillars. The external world with its noise, its demands, and its endless distractions has been silenced. The walls are up. The gates are barred. And now, you are alone inside. And you are terrified. You have been running from this moment your entire life. The moment of profound, absolute silence. The moment where there is nothing to do, nothing to watch, no one to talk to. The moment where you are left alone with the only person you can never truly escape, yourself. This is the great test of monk mode. The protocol has stripped away the anesthetic. Now, you must face the raw, unfiltered reality of your own mind. And it will feel like hell. The first weekend will be the crucible. It is Saturday afternoon. Your sacred work block is complete. Your physical forging is done. According to the protocol, this is your time for structured wind down. In your old life, this was the time you escaped. You would call a friend. You would turn on a game. You would scroll for hours, drowning your thoughts in the meaningless chatter of the digital world. But now, there is no escape. You sit in your chair, and the emptiness descends. It is a physical presence. A heavy blanket of boredom. A sharp, stabbing pain of loneliness. Your brain, starved of its usual diet of cheap dopamine, begins to panic. It starts screaming. This is a mistake. You are isolating yourself. You are missing out on life. Just check your phone for 5 minutes. Just one show. What's the harm? The itch begins. The phantom vibration in your pocket. The desperate, animal urge to consume something, anything, to fill this glorious, terrifying void. This is the withdrawal. This is the beast of distraction, dying a slow, violent death. And you must let it die. Boredom is the price of clarity. Pay the price. Here is your protocol for this moment. When the panic rises, when the boredom feels unbearable, you will not run. You will not seek a distraction. You will sit with the feeling. You will turn your attention inward and observe it. You will look the demon of your own disquiet directly in the eye. You will say to yourself, ah, there it is. The boredom. The loneliness. The urge to escape. You will acknowledge it, without surrendering to it. You will treat it not as an enemy to be fought, but as a storm to be weathered. You will sit in the chair, and you will endure it. That's the key. You are not punishing yourself. You are teaching your mind that you are the master, not your fleeting impulses. You are proving that your peace does not depend on external stimulation. It's not about being a hermit, it's about the discipline of self-confrontation. You don't need their permission to be alone with your own thoughts. And then, after 20 minutes, or an hour, or an entire afternoon of this internal battle, a shift will occur. The storm will pass. The screaming monkeys in your mind will fall silent. And in the calm that follows, something new will be born. An idea. The solution to the problem you were stuck on during your work block will appear in your mind, fully formed. A profound insight into your own character, a realization about a self-sabotaging pattern you've been running for years, will rise to the surface. This is the magic that only happens in the silence. Your brain, denied its usual junk food, is finally creating its own nutrition. It is finally doing the deep work it was designed for. You have a choice. You can live your entire life on the surface, a frantic water skimmer, perpetually chasing the next wave of distraction. Or you can have the courage to go deep, to dive into the silent abyss of your own consciousness and discover the treasures that lie there. Boredom is the price of clarity. Pay the price. This glorious emptiness is the entire point. It is the forge. It is the fertile soil from which everything you want to build will grow. You must learn to love it. You must learn to seek it out. This emptiness is not a void to be filled, it is a space to be explored. You have now learned to not just tolerate, but to leverage the silence and the solitude. You have transformed the greatest challenge of the protocol into its most powerful tool. The internal chaos is tamed. The void is no longer an enemy, but an ally. You are now ready to take this newfound clarity, this deep, unbroken focus you have cultivated in the emptiness, and channel it with ruthless efficiency into the heart of your mission. The emptiness has cleared the ground. Now, it is time to build. In the next chapter, we will enter the most sacred and productive period of the day. We will master the forge itself. Chapter 7, The 4-Hour Forging Block. The preparation is over. The distractions have been silenced. The emptiness has been embraced. Now comes the main event. This is the heart of the entire protocol. This is the engine of your transformation. All the sacrifice, all the isolation, all the discipline, it all serves this. The 4-Hour Forging Block. Your previous life was a monument to shallow work. A day spent skimming the surface. You would answer a few emails, then get pulled into a meeting, then scroll through your phone, then do 15 minutes of focused work before another distraction broke your concentration. You were busy. You were never productive. You ended your days feeling exhausted but with nothing to show for it, a hamster running on a wheel, mistaking motion for progress. That life is dead. The forging block is the opposite of this. It is a deep, terrifying, glorious dive into the abyss of a single task. It is a period of monastic, unbroken concentration so profound that you will accomplish more in these 4 hours than you used to in a full week. 4 hours a day. That is the forge. In the forge, the future is built. This is not simply working from home. This is a sacred ritual. It is a battle. And you will approach it with the seriousness of a warrior preparing for combat. The methodology is precise, and you will not deviate from it. The protocol is a cycle, 2 90-minute sprints, separated by 1 15-minute strategic recovery. The preparation, the night before the forging block, does not begin at 5 a.m. It begins the night before, during your shutdown ritual. You will identify the single, specific, high-leverage task you will attack. Not work on the business. But write the code for the user login page. Not write the book. But complete the outline for Chapter 3 and write the first 500 words. You will write this on a piece of paper. This piece of paper is your battle plan. There will be no ambiguity when you enter the forge. Entering the forge, 5 a.m. you have already won the battles of the alarm and the cold. You are primed. You enter your monastery. You sit at your clean desk. Your phone is in another room. You turn on your single lamp. You put on your noise-canceling headphones and start your focus sound. You look at your battle plan. The ritual is complete. You are now sealed off from the world. The first sprint, 90 minutes you begin. You do not check anything. You do not warm up. You launch a direct, immediate assault on the task. The first 20 minutes will be the hardest. Your mind, still accustomed to its old, weak ways, will try to escape. It will generate sudden, urgent ideas. It will remind you of other tasks. You will ignore it. You are a soldier with one order. You will hold your mind to the fire of the task until the resistance breaks. And it will break. You will enter a flow state. The world will disappear. It will be just you and the work. The strategic recovery, 15 minutes. The timer for 90 minutes goes off. You stop. Immediately. You get up from the chair. And you will follow this rule. You must not look at a screen. No phone. No email. No news. To do so would be to shatter the deep focus you have cultivated. That's the key. This is not a break to consume more information. It is a break to let your mind recover. You will stand up, stretch, look out a window, drink a full glass of water, pace around the room. You will let your subconscious mind work on the problem in the background. You are reloading your weapon. The second sprint, 90 minutes. You return to your station. The ritual is repeated. Headphones on. This sprint is a test of pure will. Your initial creative energy may be lower. Your focus might try to waver. This is where the discipline you have forged is tested. It's not about feeling inspired. It's about the discipline to execute the protocol. You will push through. You will complete the mission. When the final timer goes off at 9 a.m., you are done. You have fought. You have built. You have forged. You have a choice. You can have a full day of shallow, interrupted, anxiety-inducing work, or you can have 4 hours of pure, deep, focused creation that fundamentally changes your reality. 4 hours a day. That is the forge. In the forge, the future is built. You don't need their permission to ignore your email until 9 a.m. You are not a customer service representative for the world's whims. You are an architect? You are a creator. Your most valuable hours are an asset you will protect with your life. This forge is the engine of monk mode. It is where your singular goal is hammered into reality. But this engine is a high-performance machine. It burns a tremendous amount of fuel. It requires a body that can withstand the strain. A weak, tired, poorly fueled body cannot power a mind capable of this level of intensity. The forge requires fire, and that fire comes from your physical self. To sustain this, you must stop treating your body like a friend to be pampered and start treating it like a tool to be sharpened. In the next chapter, we will address the machine that runs the machine. Chapter 8. The body is not your friend, it is your tool. You have entered the forge. You have tasted the power of 4 hours of pure, unbroken concentration. You have felt the thrill of building your future with your own 2 hands. And now, your body is beginning to complain. It feels the strain. It whispers of fatigue. It whines for the cheap, easy pleasure of sugar. It begs for the soft comfort of the couch instead of the cold iron of the gym. You have been taught to listen to this voice. To be kind to yourself. To honor your feelings. This is a lie designed to keep you weak. Your body, in its current state, is not your wise and trusted friend. It is an undisciplined, poorly maintained tool that has been rusted by years of comfort and neglect. It is a wild horse that has never known a rider. You would not ask a rusty saw for its opinion on how to build a house. You would not ask a wild horse for directions. For the next 90 days, you will stop asking your body for its opinion. You will start giving it orders. Fuel the tool. Sharpen the tool. Do not ask the tool for its opinion. The high-octane mental work of the forging block requires high-octane fuel. You cannot run a race car on muddy water. Your current diet of processed foods, sugary drinks, and convenient snacks is muddy water. It creates a constant cycle of energy spikes and catastrophic crashes. It creates brain fog. It creates weakness. It must be eliminated. Here is your new protocol for fuel. It is not a diet. It is an engineering specification for a high-performance machine. The monk mode fuel protocol. You will eat for function, not for fun. Food is no longer a source of entertainment or emotional comfort. It has one purpose, to provide clean, stable energy for your mission. Your menu is now brutally simple. You will eat meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. That is all. You will drink water, black coffee, or tea. That is all. This simplicity is a weapon. It eliminates decision fatigue and removes all temptation. You will eliminate all poisons. For the next 90 days, there is no alcohol. There is no sugar. There are no processed carbohydrates, no bread, no pasta, no junk food. These are not treats, they are saboteurs of your mental clarity. You are at war, and you will not willingly invite the enemy into your camp. This is not a negotiation. When the 3 p.m. craving for a snack hits, you will recognize it for what it is, the whining of a spoiled tool, a ghost of your former weakness. You will drink a glass of water and return to your work. You are the master. It is the tool. But a clean engine is not enough. The tool must be sharpened. It must be tempered in fire. This is the purpose of your mandatory physical training. You are not exercising to look good. You are training to become hard to kill, mentally and physically. That's the key. Your daily workout is not a separate activity. It is a direct continuation of the forging block. It is a laboratory for practicing discipline under duress. Your training must be hard. It must be uncomfortable. It must push you to the edge of your perceived limits. Heavy compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, presses. High-intensity sprints. This is where you have a direct, physical conversation with the weaker self. When your lungs are burning and your muscles are screaming on that final repetition, the voice will come. Stop. You can't. It's enough. And you will silence that voice with one more rep. You are teaching your nervous system, in a language it cannot ignore, that your will is stronger than its perception of pain. You have a choice. You can do a comfortable, pleasant workout that accomplishes nothing. Or you can go to war for 45 minutes and forge a will of iron. It's not about your physique, it's about the discipline you build in the fire. Fuel the tool. Sharpen the tool. Do not ask the tool for its opinion. You don't need their permission to treat your body like an instrument of your ambition. Let them have their cheat days and their comfort foods. They are fueling a life of mediocrity. You are fueling a mission. You are now a closed system. Your mind is focused. Your environment is pure. Your schedule is a machine. And your body is a weapon, fueled and sharpened for a single purpose. You are becoming brutally efficient. You are a force of nature. The system is perfect. The protocol is sound. You have everything you need. But now you will face the most dangerous enemy yet. An enemy that does not come from the outside world or from the cravings of your body. It comes from the deepest, quietest part of your own mind. It is the slow, creeping poison of fatigue. It is the erosion of your initial motivation. You are about to hit a wall. A great, invisible wall that has stopped countless others before you. We must prepare you for it. We must arm you to break through it. In the next chapter, we will confront the greatest test of your will. Chapter 9, The Great Wall of Day 45. You have been in the forge for 6 weeks. 45 days and 45 nights. You are a different animal than the one who started this journey. You have tasted the power of pure focus. You have built momentum. The protocol is no longer new, it is your reality. And that is precisely why you are now in the most dangerous phase of the entire protocol. You are standing before the Great Wall of Day 45. It is an invisible barrier, but it is as real as steel and stone. The initial, explosive motivation you felt on day 1 is now a distant memory. The thrill of rebellion, of starting something new, is gone. The end, day 90, is still a remote speck on the horizon. You are in the long, lonely middle. This is where the whispers begin. Not the loud, frantic screams of the first week, but a quiet, insidious poison. The voice of fatigue says, "You're tired. You've earned a break. Just one easy day." The voice of doubt says, "Is this really working? The progress feels so slow." The voice of rationalization says, "You've already built good habits. You can loosen the protocol a little now. You've learned the lesson." These are not your thoughts. They are the final, desperate lies of the weaker self you came here to kill. It is a saboteur, trying to convince you to abandon the siege just when the fortress is about to fall. Your feelings at this stage are the enemy. They are liars, corrupted by the grind. Feelings are liars. The data is the truth. Trust the data. You cannot fight this wall with motivation. Motivation is a fair-weather friend who has long since abandoned you. You cannot fight it with inspiration. Inspiration is a fleeting spark. You will fight this wall with the cold, hard, and unbreakable weapon of objective reality. Here is your protocol for smashing through the Great Wall. It is a mandatory appointment you will schedule in your calendar for the evening of day 45. It is called the Midpoint Review. The Midpoint Review Protocol. For 1 hour, you will become a scientist of your own transformation. You will gather and analyze the data of your war. First, you will take out a clean sheet of paper. You will draw a line down the middle. On the left side, you will write day 1. On the right, day 45. Now, you will fill in the data. You will use every quantifiable metric you have. If your war is writing a book, on the left, you write words written, 0. On the right, you calculate the exact number of words you have written to this point. Words written, 45,000. If your war is building a business, on the left, you write code modules completed, 0, sales calls made, 0. On the right, you write the hard numbers. Code modules completed, 12. Sales calls made, 250. If your war is physical transformation, on the left, you write your starting weight and the maximum weight you could lift. On the right, you write today's numbers. Weight, 200 pounds. Squat, 185 pounds, becomes weight, 185 pounds. Squat, 245 pounds. You will be ruthless. You will be objective. You will list every single metric of tangible progress. The number of forging blocks completed, 45. The number of clean meals eaten, 90. The number of workouts crushed, 45. That's the key. You will stare at this piece of paper. You will look at the stark, undeniable contrast between the person on the left and the person on the right. The voice of doubt in your head might be whispering that your progress is slow, but the data on the page is screaming that you are a completely different human being. Feelings are liars. The data is the truth. Trust the data. You have a choice. You can believe the ghost of your fatigue, or you can believe the cold, hard numbers that prove your own power. It's not about feeling good, It's about the discipline of recognizing reality. You have not just been working hard. You have been building something measurable. You have been laying bricks, and now you will stand back and see the wall you have built. This review is not a time for celebration. It is not a time for rest. It is a time to refuel. This data is your high-octane fuel for the second half of your war. This proof of your own capability is the weapon you will use to smash through the Great Wall. After you have reviewed the data, your final command for the midpoint review is to double down. You will look at your protocol, and you will find one small variable to increase. You will add one more set to your workout. You will add 15 minutes to your structured reading time. You will make your diet even cleaner. You will signal to yourself, and to the universe, that the progress you have made has not made you complacent. It has made you hungrier. You don't need their permission to be relentless. You are not trying to be reasonable. You are trying to be remarkable. You will now enter the second half of monk mode not with the fading embers of your initial motivation, but with the cold, burning fire of proven results. You are no longer operating on faith. You are operating on fact. You have now faced the greatest internal threat and have been armed with the tools to destroy it. You know that when your spirit wanes, you must turn to the truth of your own actions. You will break through the wall and begin the final sprint toward the finish line. The end is now in sight. But a new question arises. You have become a monk. You have thrived in the silence and the discipline. What happens when the 90 days are over? What happens when you must re-enter the world you left behind? How do you return from the mountain without losing the power you gained upon its peak? In our final chapter, you will receive your re-entry protocol. Chapter 10, Return from the Mountain. Day 90. The war is won. The final forging block is complete. The objective you chose, the one that seemed like a distant dream, is now a reality. You have done it. You have walked through the fire and emerged, not burned, but forged. The silence of your monastery is no longer terrifying. It is a familiar and powerful ally. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are harder, sharper, and more disciplined than you ever thought possible. And now, the world is calling you back. The gates of the monastery are about to open. And with this, you face the final, and most subtle, temptation of the entire protocol, the temptation to revert. The weaker self, the one you have starved and beaten into submission for 3 months, is waiting for you on the other side of that gate. It whispers that the work is over, that you have earned a reward, that it is time to binge on all the comforts you have denied yourself. It wants you to celebrate your victory by becoming the very person you defeated. This is the final test. Monk mode was never about permanently escaping the world. It was about forging the strength to dominate the world. You did not build a fortress to hide in it forever. You built it to launch your campaigns from a position of unshakable power. You left the world a student. You return a master. A master does not fear the world, he imposes his will upon it. He does not get sucked back into the chaos, he brings order to the chaos. To do this, your return cannot be an accident. It must be a deliberate, strategic, and controlled re-entry. Here is your re-entry protocol. You will follow it with the same ruthless discipline you applied to the 5 pillars. Step 1, Day 91 is a day of strategy, not celebration. You will not open the floodgates on Day 91. You will not turn on your phone and dive headfirst into a sea of notifications. Day 91 is your new Day 1. You will spend the morning in your monastery, not working on your old war, but designing the blueprint for your new life. You will decide, with intention, what elements of the world you will allow back in, and on what terms. Step 2, Titrate your social re-entry. You will not go from total isolation to a weekend of parties. That is a recipe for system shock. You will reintroduce your social life with the precision of a scientist. For the first week, you will schedule one single social event, a 1-hour coffee with one important friend. You will treat the social block with the same respect as a work block. It has a start time and an end time. You are learning to be in the world, but not consumed by it. Step 3, Integrate, do not revert. You will not go back to your old diet. You will not abandon your physical training. You have built a high-performance machine. You will not start pouring muddy water back into the engine. You will integrate flexibility, not chaos. Adopt an 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you adhere to the monk mode fuel and training protocol. 20% of the time, you have the scheduled, intentional freedom to enjoy a meal or a rest day. That's the key. It's not about impulsive, cheat meals, it's about the discipline of scheduled flexibility. Step 4, Defend the forge at all costs. The 4-hour forging block is the most valuable asset you have created. It is the engine of your success. You will protect it with your life. Perhaps it is no longer a daily ritual. Perhaps it is now 3 days a week. But you will schedule it first. Before the meetings, before the social calls, before the shallow tasks. You will build your week around the forge, not the other way around. You have a choice. You can let the world immediately shatter the focus you have spent 90 days building, or you can teach the world that it must now operate on your terms. It's not about being inflexible, it's about the discipline of protecting your power source. You don't need their permission to be the master of your own calendar. You left the world a student. You return a master. A student is reactive. A master is proactive. A student is pulled by the currents of the world. A master sets his own course. You will now schedule your distractions. You will schedule your relaxation. You will bring the order of the monastery into the chaos of the world. Monk mode is not a one-time event. It is a weapon that you now possess for the rest of your life. Whenever you face a new, monumental task, whenever you feel the creep of mediocrity and distraction, you know that you can return to this protocol. You know the way back to the mountain. The protocol is complete. The lesson is learned. You have done more than just achieve a goal. You have discovered the blueprint for your own potential. You have proven to yourself, in the starkest and most undeniable terms, that the only thing standing between you and the life you want is a period of focused, disciplined, and uninterrupted work. You have learned that your potential is not a fixed thing to be discovered, but a raw material to be forged. Now, go forge your destiny. The protocol has been revealed. The map is in your hands. You know the truth now. Your life is a performance, and you must end the show. You must declare your one war. You must burn the bridges, build your monastery, and execute the 5 pillars without fail. You will learn that boredom is the price of clarity. You will build your future in the 4-hour forge. You will treat your body like a tool. When you hit the Great Wall of day 45, you will trust the data, not your feelings. The next 90 days can be a repeat of the last 3 years, or they can be the beginning of a new life. There is no middle ground. This is my challenge to you. Right now. Not tomorrow. Choose your one goal. Identify the number 1 social distraction you will eliminate. Set your alarm for tomorrow morning. Your 90 days do not start next week. They do not start tomorrow. They start with the very next decision you make. The clock is ticking. Enter monk mode.